The next NBA dumpster fire is about to be the Phoenix Suns. Look, remember how much of a toxic mess the KD, Kyrie, Brooklyn Nets were? Yeah, it is that level bad right now in the desert. So reports say that the Suns want Jimmy Butler and he wants Phoenix, but the guy to trade is Bradley Beal. However, Beal's got a no trade clause. He has to want to be off this team. So is it a coincidence that like a day later, Beal gets benched for the first time since he was on a rookie contract? Oh, Coach Mike Budenholzer said, well, we're just trying to win games here. But then they turn around and lose to the god-awful Charlotte Hornets. Brian Windhorst literally said, they're trying to make Bradley Beal feel unwelcome, so he'll waive that no-trade clause. Well, mission accomplished, because after the game, he was pissed.
Were you surprised at all that they moved to add a starting lineup? 100%. Had there been like any indication that this might be something?
No.
So he's obviously angry there, but he's gonna say the right thing because he doesn't want to be a distraction. But we could look back at this as the turning point for when the Suns became a disaster, or they could successfully trade for Jimmy Butler. So let's break down how that could actually go down. But did you know that Russell Westbrook says he has never shaved a day in his life? That's why his facial hair looks so thin and weird. He can't grow it. Just like me. I don't want awkward facial hair, so I am smooth shaved or it looks weird. But even if you're maintaining a beard, today's sponsor Dollar Shave Club has shave and grooming products that are high quality, not overpriced. Right on the gift box. Hello, handsome, nice face you shaved there. And inside the box, I love their Club Series 6 razors. So comfy, your skin will take a nap. That heavy metal handle feels so sturdy in your hand and gives the ultimate control. And of course, the shave butter that is completely clear so you can see where you're shaving. I used to nick my Adam's apple all the time, but not anymore. Also, they have dry shave options for all you beard guys. I'm not jealous. And the best part, Dollar Shave Club products are now available everywhere. So you can order from their website, Amazon, or you can get them at your favorite retailer near you. But don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. You can visit their site right now for 20% off, $20 or more, and get your products delivered right to your door. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/amhoops and use promo code amhoops for 20% off, $20 or more. And remember, however you shave, Dollar Shave Club is there to help you stay handsome. Now the good news is Jimmy is trying to get to Phoenix. Insider Jake Fisher says, word has permeated throughout the league that Butler hopes to be traded to Phoenix. This is no exaggeration. Every high-ranking team official contacted for this story shared their belief that the Suns are the destination Butler desires. Nice! And that's a big change because remember, at first it was, any team but the Miami Heat. All 29 other teams. But in the last few days, Butler's camp has actively told the Memphis Grizzlies and the Milwaukee Bucks, do not trade for me. Why? Because Suns owner Matt Ishbia has a proven willingness to splash out the lucrative contract extension Butler is seeking. Yes, it is all about the money. If it was about winning for Jimmy Butler, he'd be much better off on the 3-seed Grizzlies or the Bucks with prime Giannis. But Jimmy just wants to get paid. This is like piece of evidence number 1,000,000. And there's no shame in that. Get your bag. But if I was a Suns fan, this would be a red flag. Do you really want a guy that bad whose number one priority isn't to win? I mean, that was Jimmy's entire identity before all this mess. But a local Phoenix reporter, John Gambino, says the deal for Jimmy would be 3 years, about $110 million. Jimmy's max is 2 years, $110 million, but the idea is to spread the cash out over 3 years so it's less money per year. Then, if they dump Yusuf Nurkic, they could get under that second apron to have more flexibility to win. But okay, how do they even get it done? Well, back when they got Bradley Beal was 2023. This was right before the new second apron rules went in place. But the new Suns owner Matt Ishbia was like, screw your new rules, we're gonna blast right through that, be super expensive, create a super team. So they got Bradley Beal and a couple other pieces for Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, Bilal Coulibaly, 4 swaps and 6 second-round picks. At the time, people were like, oh, Phoenix fleeced the Wizards. They couldn't even get one outright first-round pick for Bradley Beal. But now, it's the opposite. Beal's contract is the most toxic in the league, even worse than Zach LaVine at this point. His no-trade clause, insane. There are 2 no-trade clauses in the league. LeBron James and Bradley Beal. How does that make sense? Plus, the Wizards got out of his contract to fully rebuild, and Beal is having one of his worst seasons ever. The numbers are okay, but his fit and chemistry terrible, and negative 8.1 net rating, worst on the Suns. I mean, KD and Book can score. They need other things. So Phoenix is scrambling to improve. They're one of the worst teams in the West, super thin, don't have a good center. So if one player is bad or injured, they suck. Well, this year, Durant has missed time and Booker is slumping. Well, who doesn't care about the new rules now? So where can they trade Bradley Beal? Well, rumors said that they are 100% shopping him, but nobody from the Suns mentioned this to Beal. So reporters had to ask him, hey, do you think getting benched has anything to do with these trade rumors?
If so, I need to be addressed because I hold the cards. So until I'm addressed and somebody says something different, then it'll be a so.
Yeah, you are dangerously close to a toxic locker room. So why haven't they talked to Beal like an adult? Well, an NBA exec told Jake Fisher, you can't bring anything to Brad unless there's a deal on the table. You can't lose him mentally until you know you're going to move him. But by all accounts, Beal has settled his family in the desert, does not want to be moved, has no intention of waiving his no-trade clause. Not great. So what teams would Beal actually want to go to? Well, we know Miami is one, but they don't want him because of his contract. He makes $50.2 million this year, then $53.6 million next, and $57.1 the season after that. They don't even want to extend Jimmy Butler at 35 years old, so it makes no sense to give all that money to Bradley Beal. It would have to be a 3-team trade, where a third team gets Brad, the Suns get Jimmy, and Miami gets expiring contract. Well, what about the Sacramento Kings? Rumors say that De'Aaron Fox is almost definitely going to leave for a winter. Yes, they have won like 5 games in a row, but they're still out of the playoff picture. If Fox leaves, hey, you might as well rebuild then, trade Domantas Sabonis. But if they don't want to do that, they want to light the beam. One way is to get Bradley Beal. He's a much better fit than in Phoenix, and a trade could be the Suns get Jimmy, Kings get Beal, and the 2031 first-round pick from Phoenix. The Heat get Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, Trey Lyles, and Alex Len. For the Kings, it's basically Malik Monk for Bradley Beal because none of those other guys are really key rotation players. His shooting complements Sacramento and a good plan B for if Fox leaves. The only problem is Miami really wants expiring contracts. So what about the Detroit Pistons? They're one of the few teams with cap space to help with Beal's contract. Plus, they're so young, they can afford him with all those rookie contracts on the books. The deal is pretty clean, too. The Suns get Jimmy, the Pistons get Beal and the 2031 first, the Heat get Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr. That's it. Now, Toby's contract is 2 years, but that clears in 2026, so Miami still gets that max cap space they really want. But is there an actual world where Beal agrees to be a Detroit Piston? No offense, but the team's not great, and Detroit's not exactly a glamour market. I've also heard some people say, oh, the Chicago Bulls, if the Heat want to take on Zach LaVine, but why would they? I mean, the fit isn't great with Tyler Hero on the backcourt. And actually, the sneaky thing about this whole issue is, why wouldn't this third team just get Zach LaVine over Bradley Beal if they want a player like that? Both of them are available. You would much rather have LaVine at this point of his career. He is playing great and you can get him for cheap. So unless the Suns go all in on making Bradley Beal miserable, he'll accept anything like the Pistons. A trade is not going to happen. And what if they do make him that miserable and the plan backfires? We could see a Brooklyn Nets level blow up soon. They are a really bad team right now. Proof number one that the old school super team is over. Remember, KD did not sign an extension in Phoenix last offseason, so he could choose to leave if this goes south. KD gets traded, maybe Devin Booker too. But speaking of Tyler Hero, the kid is having the best year of his career. But is it possible he still misses the All-Star game, which is unthinkable just a few years ago? Tyler Hero, one of the most popular players in the NBA, but since then his reputation has taken a big hit. So this is the complicated rise, fall, and rise again of Tyler Hero.